Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to a very special video. Today we are going to talk... thinking about making a video about Manchester United and transfers and stuff, but I obviously just come across as a bitter Liverpool fan. So I thought, what better way than getting somebody from Manchester to come on the channel and talk about all this stuff. So with me today is Bood FM, or as what I like to call him, Mr. Snugglebun McFuggin. Just as a, behind the scenes peek behind the curtain, we may have already recorded the first half of this, and I forgot to press the start recording button. Woohoo! Well done. But it is good in a way because Boo did forget Alex Sanchez was part of the Manchester United team for a good 10 minutes before I pointed it out. So, in today's video, we are going to talk about both Liverpool and Manchester United from both sides.
Again.
Yeah, again. I wonder what you're going to say. At least we didn't get to all the way to the end before realising, We're going to talk about the signings that each of us have made or haven't, and talk about just how we feel as a squad as a whole, where we think we're going to finish in the league from both our points of view, and then talk about managers and owners and all that sort of good stuff. So welcome, Bood. Welcome.
Thank you for having me again. Have you pressed record?
I feel like deja vu. Something's changed in the Matrix. So... let's go in with it. We're going to talk about Liverpool first off. So we're going to talk just briefly about the signings that we've made. I've talked about it a little bit about it before, but also get Bood's thoughts on the signings we've made. So I know, generally speaking, the rules state that, I must hate Man United, they must hate us and all that sort of stuff. But we're going to do our best to be impartial as we can, unbiased as we can. There'll be a little bit in there, but I'm sure. But we'll try our best and give honest views about each other's teams and what we think of our own teams. So,
right,
let's talk about Liverpool signings.
Let's talk about Liverpool. And you've got to be as shocked as you were last time.
Yes, so we signed Alisson. He's a goalkeeper, and we signed him from Roma. As any signing that you make from a foreign league, you're never 100% sure if they're going to make it. But I think...
but he looks quite good, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Karius is Karius, and Mignolet's just the Minge. So...
oh, wait, I forgot to say this last time.
What?
Did you see that thing on... I don't know if you're on Facebook. I know you didn't watch Love Island, right? There's an iconic moment in Love Island this year when a boyfriend went to another villa, and he came back with a new bird, right?
Yeah.
And someone put... So she's waiting there to see if she's picked him, right? She's thinking he's going to come back for me and he's going to come back for me. And someone's put Karius's face on this girl. And then when this dude walks in with his new bird, it's Klopp holding fucking Alisson's hand. I was laughing.
I think that's the first and only Love Island reference I've had on my channel. So that's good. You're a big fan.
Right, so your signings.
Yes. So so Bood is clearly a big Love Island fan. So Alisson, goalkeeper from Roma. Yeah. Don't know massive about it. I don't watch Italian football. I saw him in the Champions League when we smashed a bunch of goals past him. But big things are talked about from him. I'm happy that we saw the problem and just went big. It's a world record fee, but I think it's and it is a bit of a punt. It always is with the player that's not played in the Premier League before. But I think it's definitely worth the gamble because
Let's hope
old.
It's not a Taibi.
But it's going to be De Gea, Mark II, right? Yeah. But not shit De Gea when he first joined.
Skinny little Dave.
Yeah, that couldn't catch a cross.
Yeah.
Good now, De Gea. That's what I'm hoping for.
He looks proper smooth.
No,
he looks like he could.
He's got a good beard.
Balls, shaggy wife. He looks
and you would be all right with it. You just you
just high five.
Watch and crack one off in the corner. Yeah. It's taking a turn. All right. Okay. So moving swiftly on. Naby Keita is the one that we've known about for like a year because we've already done the deal. Is coming in our central midfield along with Fabinho from Monaco, who's just a rock solid.
A lot of money.
Yeah. He was sort of, 35 odd million for Fabinho and 55 for Naby Keita. And I think that really strengthens our midfield. We've got a proper defensive midfielder. Everybody knows he's a defensive midfielder. Obviously, Emre Can has left on a free to Juve because he wants to lick Ronaldo's boots or whatever. And which is fair enough, And
you bought that South American singer.
Oh, yeah. Divock Origi.
Shakira.
Oh, that's beautiful, mate. That's a stunning voice, that.
I know, yeah. Did you watch the episode that I sang in on my series?
No.
Which is essential. My Let's Play.
You did a proper song, did you?
You watched it because you said, I've not watched it in ages.
Oh, it was.
Brilliant.
Yeah. No, it's...
I did the Beatles cover. Changed the words.
Obviously, you know, closet Liverpool fan, it makes sense too.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so Shakira is coming in.
Bargain.
Yeah, absolute, what was it, 13 odd million. Yeah. Ridiculous bargain. I think, you know, I don't think he'll be first choice. I'm pretty sure Klopp would not have promised him to be the key man. He's not an idiot. So I'm assuming he knows that it's going to be more of a bit part player, but I think he can really do a job. And for 13 million to strengthen your squad as a whole, I think... games still in it, because at Stoke, he had the Premier League and you get knocked out of the Cups early-ish, whereas at Liverpool, you've got a great chance of going further in the Cups. You've got Champions League as well, so he's going to have games. Yeah, he's definitely going to have games, and I think he's going to be really good. You know, score the odd overhead kick. You know, that sort of Shaqiri things.
Shaqiri,
yeah, and I like having a sort of 4 foot tall, muscle-bound man.
He's a little beefcake, isn't he?
He's a bizarre-shaped footballer. Yeah. He's like Akinfenwa, but like less fat.
So he's from Switzerland, but he's not Swiss, is he? Didn't him and his mate get in trouble for doing something at the World Cup?
Oh, was it?
They were doing some hand signal for a different country.
Oh yes, was it Albania? I don't know. Politics, mate. We're going deep territory now. It is something, wasn't it? Because they got told off for it.
Yeah. Just remembered.
Yeah, nice tip. You know, throwing out some knowledge bombs. So our only outs, apart from like John Flanagan, who punched his missus, that's fine. Yeah. He went to Rangers. You know, Scotland makes sense. Moving on. Emre Can left on free, and Danny Ward went to Leicester for 14 million, which basically for me that's
a bargain, because he was at Huddersfield when they were in the Championship, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he won the playoffs.
Where was he last year?
Saved the penalty. He sat in the dressing room at Liverpool for a bit.
Oh, right.
He's 25. I think that's a great age for a goalkeeper. I kind of feel like that suggests that Kasper Schmeichel might be leaving Leicester.
Right,
yeah, I don't think you'd pay that much money for a backup goalkeeper. There's
rumours like Chelsea might lose
Courtois.
Yeah, and they were going about getting Czech back and all that.
Yeah, I think there'll be a bit of a merry-go-round.
Yeah, maybe.
Like Man United keeping their head down. Just nobody notice. Thank God he had a shit World Cup. Right. So I can't be nothing but joyous about our transfer window. We fixed most of the areas. I think, you know, in an ideal world, we'd probably assign one more centre back. But I think what we've got, so I can't really complain. Normally, I find a reason. What do you think?
As a United fan, right?
You have to preface every sentence with that.
Yeah. Well, like I said before, that I think if you're a United fan or a Liverpool hater and you're slagging them off at the minute, I think it's just out of habit, really, because it's hard to not look at this Liverpool team and think you're going to do well. I think you were good last year. You were nearly men last year. I think you've addressed some areas. You've got if all these guys settle into what you've already got, and people like Salah kick on again, and your other players play well again next year. Plus, I like your manager. The squad's a good age. I think your average age of squad's 25. You bought good age players.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think City will win the league.
Yeah.
But I think you'll be second. I think you're going to push him, and I think you could easily win a cup. Easy. Yeah. And it's hard for me to say because, you know, I'm an actual Mancunian, and we can't like Liverpool, not just the football, anything. It's like ingrained. It's just something that gets talked about all the time. So it is hard to.
It's like when you sign up to be a fan of any team, there's like certain conditions. So like you sign up to be a Man United, it's like you must hate
Liverpool. It's the whole City thing.
You just hate each
rivalry. Other. Yeah, hate's probably a strong word in it, but you have that deep rivalry.
It's football hate. It's football hate. Yeah. It's like a different hatred, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, real life.
These managers I've quite liked. They've gone to Liverpool and you hate him, and that's another thing that annoys me. Is that I can't hate Klopp. I really like him. I like his style. I like his passion. I like the way he makes you play. You know, and I do actually enjoy watching you play, probably more than I like. I don't enjoy watching United play. I haven't for a long time. So,
when was the last time you really enjoyed Man United play? Not just because of winning things, but just the style of football.
It's a struggle, that, isn't it?
Are we talking?
I mean, even when we won the Europa League final, I didn't enjoy that.
Are we talking Fergie time?
Bloody hell, you know.
Because what was it? So we have Fergie, then we have Moyes.
About it because Van Gaal, David Moyes is just a bad nightmare.
Yeah, Gollum.
And then Van Gaal was boring, and then he made me really hate watching United. And then Jose's not much better, is it? Sometimes you make you want to shoot yourself in the face. It's like I don't know. I can't. I think I'm not used to not liking it, I couldn't actually tell you.
It's just ingrained now. It's just that's part of life.
Yeah,
So,
it's sad, that, isn't it?
So we're both pretty in
saying
agreement that, you know, we're loving Man United's. Maybe love for you is a bit strong, but we think Liverpool made good transfers. Obviously, we still have what is it, 8 days of the transfer window left, so there's lots that could still happen.
I think you're doing what we should be doing. You're attacking like you did last year with the centre half.
Van
you
Dijk.
Needed one, you went and got him, and it's like you're filling your holes properly, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it is good to fill holes.
Yeah, I like doing that. But, I mean, it's like you're putting the square one in the square hole, and do you know what I mean? Like that game my little boy plays at the minute, whereas we're doing the opposite.
So what you're saying is your little boy should be Man United manager.
He could do a good job. I reckon.
He'd do a job. Square things, square roles.
I think I could do a good job.
You got the experience, mate. All that football manager
20
stuff.
years of football manager.
Yeah, there you go. Put it on your CV.
I've taken Manchester Central from non-league to the Champions League. I've done that with every team, really. I'm not...
Yeah, if anything, you're too good at football manager. I think you need to start restricting yourself, so you have to make it more difficult.
I did that last year. People do question you, don't they? Because you just play the game. I say this to anyone: if you played FIFA or whatever game you play solidly for 20 years every day, you're going to be bloody good at it, or stop playing it.
Yeah,
that's the trouble. I have actually thought about that. Really trying to do something next year that really restricts me.
Yeah,
because it's hard. But anyway,
yeah.
No, I love Liverpool. I'm going to say it out loud.
Out loud and proud.
No, I don't. Obviously, I don't like them.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to do well, and I think you've got a really good chance of winning the league. I'll be honest with you. I think you'll push City this year.
So on to Manchester United signings.
Yay.
Hot topic. You've made 3 so far. Obviously, the legendary goalkeeper Lee Grant.
Oh wow, yeah, world class.
Yep, big signing.
Massive. £1.5 million.
£1 million from Stokey Koki. We've got Diogo Dalot. Is it Dalot?
19-year-old from Porto.
Who's a
right back.
Okay.
Handcuff at centre half.
Do we know much about him? Do you know much about him?
He's a prospect. I think he's basically I think he's done well for the under-21s at Portugal. Whatever tournament he was at recently, I think he's played well. And obviously, Jose he's probably got contacts in Portugal. And
do you think we'll see him much this season, or is he one for? I
reckon if there's injuries, maybe. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I want us to be buying a world-class right-back, not a kid for the future. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you signed Fred, the Brazilian Fred, not the striker from a few years ago, but the central midfielder from Shakhtar.
Yeah, for 53 million. And again, he's a player I've seen. He was old. He did okay at Old Trafford a few years ago. I've seen him in little bits.
Is he more defensive-minded or attacking?
I think he's more just like a central midfielder, isn't he? He's more. I think he's a bit of both.
In the middle.
I think he's a bit of both.
What role do you give him? Deep line playmaker support?
Yeah.
Or central midfielder support?
Yeah.
In Football Manager? So
yeah, I mean, he's not.
It doesn't set the world alight, does it?
No, I mean, I don't think midfield's somewhere where we need to be spending money. I'll be honest with you. I think we need to be targeting our defence. That's like I said before.
So speaking of defence, you've sold a left back or a defender in Blind. Who's kind of plays everywhere at the back.
Yeah, like he was a bit of a Phil Neville, wasn't he? Really, he was like a guy who I thought was going to be world class. Me and my cousin, I remember when we signed him, he was like, "Wow, he's some player." Because it was just after the World Cup, wasn't it, when Van Gaal was Holland manager. Mm-hmm. And he did really well for them. And I think he's had moments when he was good, but I don't know if it's because he's been moved around so much and not played a lot. I don't think he ever reached his potential. And we've got decent money for him, haven't we, I think?
Yeah, we've got 15 million or something for him.
Yeah, so fair play. He's gone back home, money to his boyhood club. Apart from that, who else have we got?
Sam Johnson left, the young goalkeeper. He's 25. He's hung.
He's the kind of dude. Whenever he's always been on Football Manager for all my life.
Yeah, I've signed him a number of times for free transfer to lower league clubs.
I think we might loaned out a few players, and that's about it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like you said, so your biggest signing is a central midfielder, but you think central midfielder is your best area.
Well, yeah, we've got Fellaini back, we've got Matic, Herrera, McTominay. Apparently, we're giving that Pereira, the kid, a chance.
Yeah.
There's someone else I'm missing. I always miss someone. Pogba. I always miss the world class ones. I forgot Sanchez last time. I forgot Pogba this time. So yeah, Pogba. I mean, do we really need Fred?
Yeah. Like, fair enough if you've covered all your other bases and then you go...
How many is that? Is that 6 or 7? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, for what? 2 roles, 2 positions, maybe 3 sometimes.
So obviously we've got like a week left of the transfer window, so a lot could change. And I think Mourinho said he wanted up to 3 signings. But let's say if you're manager and you've got, we'll give you 2 signings. What are you buying?
A left back or maybe 2 centre halves, all defenders.
Basically strengthen the defence. You've got a great goalkeeper, good midfield and attack.
Yeah, it's our defence. It's kind of wobbly.
But I like watching Chris Smalling and Jones at the back.
Yeah, I don't. Honestly.
So okay, so let's say, assuming you don't buy a defender in the window, who is your back 4 for the first game? Like your first choice back 4?
It's going to be Young, isn't it? At left back, I reckon.
Yeah, so right winger at left back.
Shaw, I don't think Jose likes Luke Shaw. And the lad's just a bit fat. He goes off at summer, gets fat, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Eating pies, drinking beers on yachts. I just don't think he's
not
fully
committed. Yeah.
So he's probably going to be young, but he's old, and he's an ex-winger. And you go over to right back, it's probably going to be Valencia, who's getting on a bit.
Another ex-winger.
He's got a beautiful body, though.
They've learned from me, because I'm a big... I love playing midfielders at fullback in Football Manager. I think that's what they're doing. Just modern
Fellaini.
Fellaini third. He'd do a job. Defensive fullback, winning headers, elbowing people for fun.
And then who's his backup? We've got Dalot, obviously, because I think Damian might be going.
Yeah,
and then you've got centre half, obviously, you've got Smalling and Jones, who are just... I'd quite happily get rid of them.
It's like Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, and then the other 2, you've got Lindelof, who, I think we talked about previously, about how he's got a lot of potential. He could be good. He's shown he could be good.
Yeah, he's had a year in the Premier League now. I think this will be a very telling year. Yeah.
And then there's Bailey as well, who looks really good. He just keeps getting injured. So if they can stay fit, and hopefully Lindelof stays up, I'd have Lindelof and Bailey. But I'd like new centre halves. I like the Harry Maguire rumour. I like him. The guy from Spurs as well, who I still can't say his name.
And it's at the end of the day, aren't you the richest club in the world?
Oh yeah.
And the point you made about Liverpool, we need a goalkeeper. Just go out, spend whatever it takes. We need a centre back. Go out, spend whatever it takes. Yeah. And what Man United used to do, just pay whatever they want for Harry Maguire, if that's the guy you want.
Yeah.
And you've got a centre back with a big giant head.
We'll make the money back. You always do. That's what annoys me. And this is the thing. I think it's more to do with people above who are not doing the job proper.
Yeah. What's his name?
Woodward. The Equaliser. Remember the Equaliser?
Yeah. Well, half the viewers don't remember the Equaliser.
Yeah. Edward Woodward is the Equaliser. So I just think Jose apparently gives him a shopping list, doesn't he? And he never seems to be able to get it. Jose says, go to the supermarket, get me some carrots, a cabbage.
Yeah, and he comes back with
a fucking bag of sprouts.
Yeah. Says, mate, do what you can, mate. Yeah. So let's we've sort of covered the transfers and what you'd like to do. So let's go on to this whole. Well, actually, let's talk about Martial because that'll lead into it a little bit. What are you doing as manager with Martial? Are you keeping him? Are you letting him go?
I'd play him more.
Make him an actual part of the team.
I'd give him a bit more. Show him that I believe in him because I think if he played more. He's got all the ability in the world. I think he could be really good, but he's in and out, isn't he? Comes on for 10 minutes.
Has he ever been like a first teamer for a extended period of time?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember if he's ever been that.
I don't think he has. I might be wrong, but I don't feel like he has been.
So if you were to lose him, do you not need to strengthen up front because then you're left with Lukaku, Rashford, and Sanchez?
He can play out wide on the left, can't he, Martial? I'd like to have someone to mirror him on the right-hand side because a lot of the time we'll have Mata out wide on the right and players like that. But I think if Martial goes, of course, we need someone else with a bit of pace and a bit of skill to go at teams. You know what I mean? So, I don't want to lose him. So
to be honest, I'd take him at Liverpool in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
50 million quid or whatever. I'll have him.
I mean, I think it would be stupid to let him go, but. It's not looking good, is it? He's gone away with his baby. Which is fair enough.
How dare he?
No, but I think he didn't come back on time. Or he was supposed to come back, wasn't he? And
wasn't his missus ill or something during birth? You said something about the fact she was ill.
But then you got Jose, haven't you? He's having little snippets at him in the press, and he's saying like, "Oh, my squad are committed. Let me say that again." Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he even said about the birth thing, it's like it's not as if he's the one giving birth.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck off. I'm sorry, like, and this is not just Jose Mourinho, any manager.
Yeah.
If you think football is more important than having a child,
I mean,
go
great
fuck
example
yourself.
of great management was Alex Ferguson when Ronaldo's like, dad was dead ill. I think he eventually died, and he just went, dude, just go. And Ronaldo was like, yeah, but we've got a Champions League game on Wednesday, and then we're playing something like, say, Liverpool at weekend, and Alex Fergie went, nah, just go.
Yeah.
Come back when it's done.
We had the same
you know what I mean?
during the same American tour that you guys are on. Nathaniel Klein's missus just had a kid, and Klopp was like, of course you go back. You know, there's more important things than football in life.
Yeah, like real, actual life. These are important moments. I mean, now I'm a dad, I know how important it is. But I just think,
well, surely there's workers' rights. You should have paternity leave as a father.
Yeah, you get 2 weeks.
Yeah, get 2 weeks, do you?
Yeah, you get
legally
2 weeks.
Required.
You can't apply, can't you? I mean, you can split it. You could have said, Joe, say, fuck you, I'm having 4 months off.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
And I think that, a lot of that is whatever relationship they have has clearly broken down.
I do.
So they're taking shots.
Yeah, I can see him going because of it, really.
I would like to talk to you about Mourinho.
Yeah.
Because there is two very distinct arguments in the debate of what Mourinho does at press conferences.
Yeah.
I think most will agree, even most Man United fans, he's a bit of a dick. And that is fine. If he gets you results and does all that.
Sometimes I like that. See, when he came to United, I wanted him originally because I'm pretty sure when we got Moyes, is that when he went back to Chelsea, it was around that time, and I'm thinking, why haven't we gone for someone like him? Someone who can carry the club on his shoulders without it being too much pressure. But he is just a bit of a dickhead, and some of the stuff he says.
And I think a lot of people that defend Mourinho will say, especially this American thing, the tour of America where he said, I wouldn't pay to turn up to the fans and stuff, and all this sort of stuff.
He said, right, when we played you, my team's dead young or something, or something stupid like that.
Yeah, we haven't got our full team. Like we just got a bunch of kids.
Your team younger.
Yeah. But don't let facts get in the way of a good story. But people say he's very clever because what he does is he distracts from his team. Say he plays Man City one week, gets beaten 4-0, and then he will have a weird ranty thing in a press conference.
And that does work, and it has worked for him in the past. And to be fair, Lukaku's been in the press talking about how behind the scenes he's a different person. He's loads of fun. He sends you stupid videos and texts and has a laugh.
Yeah, dick pics and stuff.
Yeah, but I just don't get why he has to always be so.
But my sort of people say, he's a genius for doing that. But I don't. I think that's just a side effect. I don't think he plans to go right. We just lost. I need to distract the press, so I'm going to do a Cantona-esque speech about seagulls and how I hate them. I don't think that's his thought process. It just so happens because he's weird.
Yeah, he is a bit, isn't he?
That sometimes actually helps his team because it's sort of...
It's like McClare said, hasn't he needs to enjoy it more, smile a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't do it. I mean, sometimes, Klopp looks like he's absolutely loving being Liverpool manager. And Jose Mourinho is manager of Manchester United, one of the biggest teams in the world, and he just looks pissed off.
Yeah, it looks like he's being held prisoner.
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't do it, fuck off, mate. And you can
see now the rumours of his third year of implosion, I'm thinking, it's going to happen, isn't it?
It feels a bit like it. It feels a bit like that, and
he's on that brink of snapping.
Yeah, and I've always found it weird the relationship between managers and owners or director of footballs or whoever you've got sort of next up, and the whole sort of transfer system works. Back in the day, it was the managers, and they do it all, and now, depending on what your deal is or what your relationship is, you just either... Sometimes some managers have no control over signings, which I just find bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird. That's like American football, though, isn't it? Head coach, and you have a general manager, they do all that stuff.
Yeah. Whereas Jose Mourinho seems to have...
Fergie went,
go on.
Right, I want Eric Cantona. Go and fucking get him in now. And they'd be like, yes, Mr. Ferguson.
Yes, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas Jose is obviously commands respect, but, they're giving that big contract, and he's signed like a 5-year deal, I think. So he's going with his little list.
Yeah, so he said, didn't he? He gave them a list of 5 players.
Which, to be fair,
we might only get one.
If it's not working out for him, he can use that as an excuse, can't he? Well, I asked for these players, I've not got them.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Where would you... Let's just hypothesise here. Let's say Man United finish 8th. this season, and I imagine Mourinho would probably get sacked or leave or whatever.
Probably would, yeah.
Where would you put the blame percentages between the owners not supporting him and him not being good?
I don't know if it's the owners
or
the actual Glaziers. I think it's Woodward.
Woodward.
I don't think he's good enough for his job. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if he carries that kind of charisma and respect. I just don't imagine when you look at him or hear him talk. You don't imagine him having the charisma to get deals done. I imagine
you're Man United.
You should basically, don't you?
You're Man United. You should basically be able to go to clubs, flop out your cock, and go, "We're Man United. We're having that player.
Yeah,
here's a check."
And it's not happening. So why is it not happening? What's going wrong? It's not Jose, unless somebody's. I mean, you might argue some player might say, "I don't want to play for him. He's a bit of a bellend," but I don't know I don't think it is that. I think it's Jose is not the one going out there getting him. I think it's these. I think it's Woodward and the guys at the top who aren't getting the deals done. Surely, because we just used to get deals done. I mean, we had a few famous last minute ones but they're always big ones. Like when we got Berbatov at last minute for 30 odd million. Do you know what I mean? I just think
because at the end of the day, although you haven't had the success in the last few years of your Fergie and all that amazing era,
we haven't won a league.
You're still one of the biggest names in football. You've still got a massive pool. You can pretty much mention Man United to any professional footballer anywhere in the world. And they'll go, fucking Man United. Oh, yeah, cool. So it's not like you've just fallen down and nobody gives a shit about you anymore. You're still the richest club. You're still a massive name. You still got... Surely you've got a shit ton of money to spend.
Yeah. We've got the money. We can pay the wages. We've got the name. We've got the stadium. We've got the football. We've got Champions League. Everything. So why is it not happening? What's taking so long? Why is it like we're dragging our heels? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We should have had our deals done now, and they should have been at training camp in the USA getting things sorted so we can get to the start of the season and fucking play well. Whereas now it's like negative, and that's another reason why I think you're going to do well, because there's nothing negative around Liverpool at the minute. It's all smiling happiness, positivity. Whereas at United, it's bitching, he's moaning. And he might be going. He's going to come. Is he?
He's fat. No. He's not. He's gone on holiday.
Yeah.
Also, I hate what Mourinho says about the tour in America and saying about these kids and stuff, because surely the idea of having these young players is that you're hoping one day they become first team players. And if you belittle them, it's just a fucking bunch of shitty kids we found on the street, that's not going to help them, is it?
He was saying something, because I'm subscribed to United. We've just got a YouTube channel, haven't we? We've only done it recently. We're so behind the times, I tell you.
Have you just got really?
Only it's not that old. I think we started it towards the end of last year.
Oh my god, that's bonkers, isn't it?
Why have Liverpool got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only just got.
Don't pretend you're not subscribed, mate. Yeah, come on.
We've only how many?
What? No, I said don't pretend you're not subscribed to the Liverpool channel.
Yeah. So we've only just got our women's team. It's like we seem to be behind the times on everything, and it's just a bit annoying, really. So, yeah. I want change, but that's another thing. When you said the blame part, I think I put a lot of blame on Woodward for not getting these deals done. But then you've got to look at Jose and the way his tactics and things like that. We don't want to score a goal and park the bus. We don't want to do things like that.
Yeah, and it's like your players are too good to... I could understand if you're a tiny little Premier League team that's just been promoted.
Sometimes when we go forward, we look freaking scary. But we have a lot of the ball sometimes, but we don't do anything with it, or we're getting beat off crap teams. Or we're only scoring one goal.
Yeah, you have the players to go and thrash teams 5-0.
Yeah. And with a different manager, we'd be scary. We've got a really good team, really. We're not shit. Do you know what I mean? We're not shit at all. It's just, I mean, it happens I'm not, on my series at the minute on YouTube, right? I took over a manager who I used the same players. He was down the bottom in relegation, and I've got the same squad, but because I've just organised it better and I played attacking football, we climbed up the league, and I think, I don't know, it's just who would we replace him with if we did ever get rid of him?
Yeah, that's the trouble of being in that sort of fine air of being one of the biggest. If you're in the top 10 clubs in the world, there's only a few managers that you realistically that could come in, and if they just happen to have signed new contracts
play for our arch rivals.
Who are the managers you'd?
I'd have Pep or Klopp.
Yeah. Neither of those is ever going to happen, is it?
So, I mean, who
if
else
Klopp went to Man United, I'd cry. He'd never leave Liverpool to go to Man United, but let's say he was Liverpool.
Klopp's, you can imagine Klopp's he's a man of honour.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's why he would never manage Man United, and also just the way the clubs run. I think he's very.
Would he manage Bayern? I don't think he would.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not after Dortmund. I think he'd more likely go to Spain, where it's almost a clean slate.
Yeah,
he doesn't have any ties or sort of people that he'd piss off or fans.
I don't know. I want to be positive and I want to hope for the best, and like Mourinho's going to turn it round. But is he?
Do you think this is his last season?
It could be, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of talk of it, 3 years implosion kind of thing. I didn't want it to be, but it's like he comes in summer, doesn't he? He does all right, and he peaks, and then he kind of slowly goes tits up for him, doesn't it? Really?
Doesn't he still live in a hotel?
Yeah, I don't get that either. He's got an house in London that I don't think he ever sold because he loved England and he loves living here, but he loves living in London. So he lives in a hotel up here and he's always up and down on the train, which is only 2 hours.
It's weird though, isn't it?
It
doesn't show commitment, does it?
No, why don't you get yourself a nice mansion?
It's like he's got his suitcases packed just in case.
It's like he's ready to go. Yeah. Where does Klopp live?
In Liverpool? I don't have no idea.
On the Wivel.
Yeah. He lives in the stadium, mate. In the dugout. That's where he lives.
I can imagine it. Smiling, doing star jumps. He's mental, isn't he? I love that bit of passion.
Yeah. I've always hated, regardless of team or manager, managers that don't celebrate when your team scores goals.
Oh, I know you.
It annoys.
United scored an important goal and it cuts to Mourinho and he's like,
I don't understand why that's not a really good thing you celebrate.
But do you remember what he used to be like?
Yeah.
He's like Klopp, wasn't he? Do you remember when Porto? When he's running
down the fucking line and shit.
You know, man. I thought he was a player. He was like
just getting older and grumpier as he just turning into a bitter old man, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I am worried. I think City will win the league. I think you'll be second. I think we'll be lucky to get top 4.
If you had to put your house on your position of the league?
I'd say 4th. My old house or my new one.
Ooh, that YouTube money's kicking in.
Yeah, I'm a millionaire. I reckon we can get top 4 because I'm looking at the other teams. Chelsea maybe a bit of uncertainty, new manager, might lose a few players. Tottenham, I don't think have Tottenham actually bought anybody.
No, nobody at all.
Right, so they've stagnated maybe. Arsenal, new manager. So I think we might get 4th or 3rd by kind of default, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Whereas I think you and City are going to play quality football. You're going to be the best to watch, and you could really push them this year. I think it's going to be exciting to be. I hate saying this, but it's going to be fun.
It's so much worse for you as well because the 2 teams you hate most. Oh, it's like double.
Ask any United fan, and you're our rival because City are just City, aren't they?
Yeah,
I know they're good now, but
they're
they'll always be.
They?
Liverpool's the true derby. It's the Northwest derby. To me, it is anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, even now I know City are good, but it's not got that. I don't know. It's not got the same feeling as when we play Liverpool. But yeah. I mean, I used to have a season ticket at Old Trafford. I remember Liverpool beating us like 3-1. God, I've never been so angry in my life. I wanted to kill someone.
That's good though. Like that's the best thing about football, isn't it? That those certain games, like you enjoy your team week in, week out. Or I do as a Liverpool fan. Yeah. It's very rarely I get to sort of lord it over somebody, so I'm just enjoying it.
But I mean,
we've won nothing.
As a Liverpool fan, I mean, we're similar age, so I remember Liverpool being awesome when I was a kid. So you
yes,
do.
You know, it's circular.
And then you've had all them years where it's just been nearly, and you've done well. Don't get me wrong, you had the Champions League wins and stuff like that, but it's got to be frustrating, and I can see that's how we feel right now. It's like frustrating. You know, you're a big club. You know you should do better, but it's just not. I could just see it being a disaster this year. I could just see it.
I totally agree. I think Man City are just too strong this season. I think they will win it. I don't think they'll win it at a canter like they did last season. I think they'll not have as many points. I just don't see them having that season again.
People kind of suss you out, don't they?
Yeah.
I think, and it's like Leicester, isn't it? Leicester, when they won the league, and the next year everyone kind of sussed out how they played. And I'm not saying that'll happen at City and they'll be like mid-table, but I don't think they'll be as dominant.
Yeah, and the only real big bit of business they've done is we have Mahrez.
Yeah.
And
they got a good squad, don't they?
Their squad is. Yeah, they don't need to. They're just like sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles on top of an already amazing cake.
Yeah, the cherry.
Yeah. And yeah, so I think Manchester City will finish top, maybe by about sort of 5-8 points.
Yeah.
Because I just think they're just so amazing. I agree. I think Liverpool finish second.
Who have you got for third?
The weird one with third is that I'm not sure what Arsenal and Chelsea are going to do, because apparently I don't know much about Chelsea's new manager, but apparently at Napoli he was really crazy attacking and played amazing football. Yeah. But I don't know if you can do that in a season. They just signed Rob Green, and we laughed about Grant. We laughed about Grant signing for. That's a bargain, It's a free transfer.
I think Napoli last year were at the top, weren't they, for a while? I think they had a chance where they were quite close to winning it, I think, at one point, and then I think they might have fell away.
But apparently he's actually won nothing so far. So it's and there's always, like I say, for a manager, always a bit of a punt. Arsenal's manager seems to have done some nice business. I quite like what they've done. They seem to have finally got some sort of steel in their midfield, which they've needed for about 15 years.
Since Vieira.
Yeah, so they finally got it, lads.
It's kind of unproven, though, isn't it? You don't know. Is it going to work? You don't know yet.
But I'm worried. I'm not worried. I'm excited that Man United might have like a Chelsea season.
Yeah, oh God, like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, like proper bad.
I bet there's some United fans who kind of want it to happen, so Mourinho would go.
But
because he's got a contract, hasn't he? And if he does well again, he'll stay again. I think he needs to be given the players and then given a chance with the right players. And then if he balls it up,
then it's on him. Yeah, then it's on him. Would you say, just from you're talking to your mates and stuff and on your YouTube channel, what's the sort of favour for Man United? What sort of percentage of people, Man United fans, want him to go versus stay?
Well, I'm not talked about on YouTube, but on Twitter, I've seen a lot. I've got this. A lot of people who follow me on Twitter, I think more want him to stay. A lot of people like him, but I do know there's a lot of people. It's like a bit of Marmite, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, he's very.
I'd say it's 50-50. People either really hate him or
so this
really
is
like
the
him.
decider season. Because, like you said, if he finishes fourth, that's probably enough to keep his job, but not really an advancement. It's like that's limbo land. You either want to challenge Man City.
We should be going right. We finished second.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. World class player. Let's go for the title. Instead of, oh no, we've got no players. Oh God.
Yeah, we'll sign this good young right back. He might be good in a few years.
Yeah, we need now. I want world class now. Why are we not going out there and buying a top right back now? Who's ready? Who's like you are, 25, 24, 26, not 19.
Yeah,
he might be the best right back in the world one day. But we need to start catching up now and kicking ass. And especially looking at you guys and City and that. Why is no one at the top of United going, oh shit, we've got like 3 days left?
Yeah, and we've got a shit ton of money, surely. So let's just go and flop it out.
I think we're the richest or the most valuable club in the world. Yeah. The only sporting club of any kind that's got more money than us, I think, is the Dallas Cowboys, and they play fucking American football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So surely, I know we've got the money. It just...
Yeah, because you've spent, 25 million odd-ish so far this window? There must be signings to come. There must.
What if we spent 50, 60, about 70 million? How much did Lukaku cost alone last year?
Yeah.
So I mean, we've got Pogba and we've got Lukaku. Where's our big? Fred ain't the big one, is he?
No.
I just think defence, that's what we need to be looking at. And it's
just go and spend 80 million or whatever it costs and get Harry Maguire. If that's the guy you want, just flop out your cock and your big wad of cash with a blank cheque and say, sort your shit out, Leicester, here you go. Yeah,
because there's a price for everyone. Everyone's got a price. I'm still what was the Ronaldo deal? Why didn't we go for him?
Would he want to have come back, do you think?
Well, his mum said it.
How old is he? 12? Well, his mum said.
His mum said he'd have come back.
Yeah,
but
or get the
you
other
never know. He knows Jose. Did he not get on? I don't know. I just think I know he's 33, but he's a physical specimen. I think we missed a trick there.
Yeah, because just the pure excitement about having him back in the team.
Would have made about 20 billion in shirt sales.
Yeah.
It'd have been insane. He'd have won us the league on his own.
But, yeah, just everybody else saw the shit. Lee Grant's at the back there going, go on, Ronaldo.
Yeah. So
he probably saw your signings and went, fuck that.
Yeah. Can Lee Grant? Fred? Yeah. I don't know.
So
I'm a bit worried, but we'll have to wait and see. You never know in football.
Yeah, exactly.
Game in it, so.
You start on a good run of form, and you might
Maybe
win the
this
league.
is Mourinho being clever. Maybe he's really super confident. He's got this new tactic hidden up his sleeve.
What, where he's going to play
I know it was a
attacking
friendly
football
against Real Madrid. We looked all right. That goal.
I didn't watch the Real Madrid game. No, was it?
Yeah, we looked all right. To be fair,
You looked pretty shit in the Liverpool game. Did you watch that?
Yeah,
that was you a turd. Good free kick. That free kick from Pereira was bloody spectacular. That was about it.
Awesome.
Right.
So yeah, no, I'm a bit jealous of your team. For once, this is the first year I think I can't slag you off. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's not because normally it's the other way around. You just sit here eating handball pie and Man United are great again. Woo!
And you sign a load of crap.
Yeah, and we've signed like a bunch of Cinema Pongol and El Hadj Diouf and because they had 2 good games at a World Cup once. That's the days.
Great, isn't it?
Right, I think we will end on that note. Thank you very much for coming on, mate. Do you want to pimp your YouTube channel and tell people where they can find you?
If you've never heard of me, I don't know where you've been. I'm not as big. No, I'm like this little tiny YouTuber. I do Football Manager videos. I do guides, experiments, but my main series has been with a legendary team called Manchester Central. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun this year. I've had so much fun, I brought it back.
Nice.
So
So it's
been
Bood
great. I've
FM.
enjoyed this year, yeah.
I'll put a link in the description so people can go and check you out. Go and check him out for more FM content.
I'm actually, if you go on Loki's main page, he likes me enough. I'm on there.
Yes, you're on my special friends list.
There's me and then some massive FIFA YouTuber. So that's
yeah, it's decent. It's decent.
Yeah. Happy days.
Yeah, despite the fact we can confirm live in this video, Bood actually is FM Council.
It's me. Do you know, right, it's that random dude who follows you, I don't know who he was. Someone accused me of being well, he called me the Pratt, formerly known as Bood. Well, do you know Troy? He changed my name in his mobile to the Pratt. Formerly, no, he keeps showing it me. So every time I ring him, it's like the Pratt, formerly known as Bood.
Yeah, so I can confirm that Bood is FM Council.
FM Council. Anyone out there, if you ever listen to this and you want to be a YouTuber, I've not said anything, I've kept my mouth shut. All I'll say is, just come to me on Twitter. I'll happily help you. If you want a bit of advice, just give me a shout.
Yeah.
Totally free.
Yeah, and if you want advice from a successful YouTuber, just ask me. Yeah,
not me. This was my point I was saying. I've not said anything openly, but if it was, say, me, you, and say Troy, for instance, right? You could say, look, we do YouTube. This is our body of work. Loki's got 10 million subs. We've got a few. But you can watch us and see what we've done. We've all got different styles or whatever, and you can see what we can do. And then you think, right, you've got the credentials, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't take much.
Yeah. Whereas I don't know, it's all been a bit of a strange one.
Right, so basically what we've discussed today is that Liverpool are going to win the league, Man United are going to get relegated and sack Mourinho.
He might win the League Cup if we're lucky.
Yeah, cheeky little League Cup to keep his job.
Yeah.
Finished 10th, but he gets a cheeky little bit of silverware to keep his job.
He classes the freaking charity. He makes me laugh, He classes the Charity Shield as a massive trophy. And I remember him saying years ago that the Europa League was a Mickey Mouse Cup, and if you win it, it's a joke. But then when we win it, it was the best thing ever.
Oh, yeah. That's what he does. Yeah.
Standard Mourinho.
You've got to pad your stats, and you got to, for your CV and stuff. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Bood. We'll have to do this again.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, mate. It's been good chatting.
Sorry that we had to go through Man United transfers. But like you said, there's 7 days left of the window yet. Big stuff could happen.
We should do an update halfway through.
Yeah.
And we'll have a good laugh about what's going on.
How terrible our predictions were and all that sort of good stuff. And Man United are walking the league.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
No. Right. There we go. Thank you very much to everyone that's watching. If you did enjoy this, something a bit different, please do leave a like. Leave a comment below with where you think the teams will come this season. I will be doing a separate video with my complete Premier League predictions. And you'll just see my complete lack of football knowledge when we talk about transfers of all the other clubs. But I will be doing that. But if you want to see more of this stuff, please do let me know in the comments as well. And go and check out Bood's channel. Thank you very much for watching or listening. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.